Hawaii consolidation, seamless solutions to Hawaii. Have you felt the pain of your Tier 1 carrier's interface to Hawaii? There are many carriers that provide service to Hawaii. In many cases, your vendor will select the carrier of their choice and then apply the vendor markup to the carrier price to your shipping and handling line item on your invoice. Many of the Tier 1 carriers like Estes, Old Dominion, Saya, and XPO service standards to Hawaii are not listed because of their Hawaii Partners Exchange, and the twice-a-week sailing schedule can create some reliability issues. It is just simpler for Tier 1 carriers do not post these transit times or measure themselves on these offshore points. One of the reasons for not listing the transit time standard is that a tightly managed partner connection would create an additional expense. Carrier shipments that are prepaid Hawaii will be trapped on one trailer or container and delivered to their partner consolidator when full or the day of the sailing. Depending on their consolidator's volume and freight mix, your shipment could be held for the next sailing. Carriers like Old Dominion and Estes load their own containers, and the revenue threshold must be met on each container before it is released for its journey to Hawaii. When you allow the shipper to determine the carrier, you will have little control of the shipping and handling expense listed on your purchasing invoice. Why would we accept this practice? Convenience is probably the answer. When GRG Consulting manages your Hawaii shipment, we are routing direct to the designated consolidator, and because of their high shipment volume, freight mix, and their commitment to move every shipment as promised significantly improves your shipment arrives as promised. Option 1, dock to door, carrier to consolidator. Basic model. Many carriers and 3PL provider are linked to a Hawaiian consolidator that provide them an aggressive wholesale cubic foot rates. This allows the carrier to significantly adjust the retail rate upward for seamless convenience. By understanding what is being provided, you may eliminate those invoice surprises. The GRG representative can guide you in analyzing your historical invoices to provide a fair and accurate comparison. This historical information will help you to formulate the best options for you. An example of shipper routing. Your vendor or shipper will use their internal routing system that is based on zip code and will define what carrier to use for the best mainland rates. The selected carrier will route your shipment to their Hawaiian consolidation partner. To avoid the default routing, the shipper needs to route the shipment to your designated Hawaiian consolidator with a properly completed BOL that lists your consolidator's name, address, and city, state, and zip code. Routinely, we encounter that the shipper will use the sold to address and apply this information to the BOL. This practice opens the door for misrouted freight, unpredictable delivery timeline, and freight charges that are excessive. In addition, transit times to the Hawaiian consolidator may be non-competitive. In simple terms, you are at the mercy of the shipper to decide your logistics solution. Option 2, consolidator routing. This is where you contact your current Hawaiian consolidator and ask them to arrange the logistics to their facility and coordinate the over-the-water segment. The consolidator business model is that 40% of over-the-water revenue or more is based on Tier 1 carrier prepaid business to their facility, and the consolidator will handle the final mile delivery to Hawaii. This is a reciprocating relationship where the carrier delivers prepaid business to the consolidator's dock and in return expects the consolidator to route business to them to run on their trucks. The pricing assigned usually is not the most competitive because you have allowed the consolidator to determine the routing that meets their partner agreements. Whose interest are they protecting? The prepaid carrier monitors the consolidator's business levels quarterly to see if the consolidator is growing the revenue relationship. The goal of the consolidator is to find a balance of all their prepaid carriers' revenue to maintain a strong relationship. Oftentimes, the consolidators will leverage online tools of the prepaid partners to quote rates to their Hawaii clients. Then they will shop 3PL website for the best pricing options and run the business to the 3PL to create additional margins on the advancing segment of the shipment revenue. The wholesale adjustment can vary upon the client's value ranking and ranges from a 15% to 20% adjustment or less, depending on the size of the shipment. Option 3, door to gateway dock. GTZ ship to the pool of consolidators. Access the GTZ platform to validate the best service and value option from the shipper door to the gateway facility. You can utilize the GTZ self-serve account benefits of securing your carrier and advancing rate to make an instant comparison, or simply consult with your GRG representative to formulate the best strategy. As you place your order with your mainland vendor and you have your GTZ rate in hand, now you can discuss the shipping and handling charges that will be added to your invoice. If you find their shipping and handling charges to be excessive, now you have an option. Book your shipment with your GTZ account and secure the best value and service. Small packages. Small package orders will usually fall to the minimum charge, and by themselves, the USPS service begins to make economic sense, especially when you consider the transit time factor. The best way to manage small packages is to assess the best small package consolidation program offered by many of the Hawaii consolidators. The basic concept is your UPS FedEx ground shipment arrives at the consolidator facility and is separated by the consignee. The rate applied is based on the aggregate cube of the consolidated shipments instead of the default minimum charge pricing for each shipment received. The over-the-water cubic foot rate is far more economical, and usually there is a master shipment number assigned to the consolidated shipment that itemizes the individual shipments for trackability. If your consolidation can generate a commodity profile, such as clothing, then you can avoid the higher FAK rate. You must challenge the consolidator for the best consolidation rate. Otherwise, the minimum charge default will be assigned. LTL/LCL. The bulk of the consolidator's business is LTL/LCL shipments. The recommendation is that you profile your shipment history, shipment count, cubic foot estimates, commodity and weight, where you can secure customer-specific pricing to capture the desired commodity rate. GRG Consulting Group can expedite this process and guide you to the best fit consolidator. Truckload, TL, or FCL. The vast majority of the truckload or full container load shipment will be directed to the steamship vendor that will command the best pricing. A consolidator value is presented when you must transition from a truckload 48-foot or 53-foot shipment that needs to be split at the consolidator's origin dock and consolidated at the destination dock for a consolidated delivery. By leveraging the GTZ truckload model, you can secure the best truckload pricing to the designated consolidator to avoid their pricing adjustments. Flat rack, full or partial. Flat rack consolidation can be complicated because of the unique loading configuration that meets the over-the-water provider's requirements as it relates to unitizing, strapping, and binding to meet the maritime safety guidelines. The consolidators that are experienced in flat rack consolidation have the necessary freight mix to meet the economic threshold to make this option economically viable. There are many shipments where length, weight, or height do not fit the conventional handling on conventional loading dock. GRG Consulting can guide you and price out the best fit provider. Roll on, roll off. And there are times that shipments need to be protected from harsh maritime weather conditions, or size of the shipment cannot be transferred because of the potential of damage or weight restriction. A roll-on, roll-off option is available with an over-the-water provider like Pasha Hawaii. Specifically, personal vehicles, motorcycles, and construction equipment can be better served by this service option. How can I determine my shipping charges to Hawaii without waiting for a customized quote from my carriers? GRG Consulting has the solutions. They will get your company registered to get access to the GTZ ship platform and then connect you to their GRG Hawaii rater. This will allow you to validate or control your transportation charges and routing. GRG's proprietary Hawaii rater will calculate your door-to-door rate instantly. You simply enter the mainland amount of the carrier you selected on the GTZ ship and then enter your Hawaii destination zip code and the dimensions and the weight of your shipment, and your door-to-door rate is calculated. How valuable would this be to have your predetermined rated in pocket before talking to your supplier regarding your shipping charges? Our customizable rate engine will adjust for will call shipments if you want this as an option. In addition, it automatically determines if your cubic foot threshold qualifies you for a spot delivery reduction. This can be a substantial saving, and many consolidators will not apply unless you insist on this spot delivery discount. In addition, we have solutions no matter where your supplier is located. The LA Basin, no problem. Anywhere in the continental US, no problem. We can handle LTL shipments and full and partial truckloads. Yes, we can also coordinate steamship full container loads that require rigid security or chain of custody or shipper load and count loads. In summary, if you let your shipper or vendor select the shipment routing, then you can expect a basic minimum service, and you will most likely discover the price-value proposition can be poorly aligned. This is where we usually get a call from a client frustrated with the carrier choice, in the carrier service, in pricing upcharge, and where the value and convenience begin to dissipate very quickly. Our solution, we coordinate the logistics from the shipper's or your vendor's door to the Hawaii gateway, and we can help negotiate with your consolidators over the water rates on your behalf. We know the market and will secure the best final mile pricing. Contact your GRG representative to make an informed decision before yourself locked into a service recovery. Most importantly, we are committed to protecting your business by allowing you to deliver on your commitment to your customer.